Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Entertainment with Buford and Francis. Today's episode is called Barbie as Rapunzel. I'll be cosplaying as Francis from the Fairly Odd Parents. He's going to tell you all the story of Barbie as Rapunzel. Enjoy the video. This story is about a girl who needed confidence herself. The girl's name is Rapunzel, and she lives as a servant to the witch Gothel, who resides in a manor isolated in the woods. She grows up believing that Gothel saved her from abandonment as an infant. Rapunzel finds companionship in Penelope, an outgoing dragon, and Hobie, a worrisome rabbit. Rapunzel spends what free time she has painting and dreaming of seeing the ocean and other lands. Rapunzel is painting a beautiful picture of a seashore where she dreams she can go to be free one day. Hobie soon alerts her of Gothel's approach, and Rapunzel just manages to get things ready in time. However, Gothel notices a smear of paint on her cheek and accuses her of not appreciating everything she has done for her, even though Rapunzel did all of the chores she was told to. While preparing tea for Gothel, Penelope accidentally finds a secret staircase which leads to an old room below the manor. In it, they discover a gift from her parents who allegedly desert her, a silver hairbrush engraved with the following: "Constant as the stars above, always know that you are loved. To our daughter Rapunzel on her first birthday, with love forever, mother and father." These words leave the young artist questioning her past for the first time. Gothel had always told Rapunzel that she was abandoned by her parents in the woods when she was only a few days old, and questions why Gothel would have lied to her about it. Her diversion is quickly interrupted by Gothel's call for tea. After serving Gothel her tea and leave her to rest, Rapunzel and her friends revisit the cellar where Penelope exposes yet another secret, a tunnel leading to the nearby village. Rapunzel takes this path to this small kingdom and is amazed at seeing a town for the first time and sees many different shops and people. Meanwhile, Penelope's father is here to see how her fire and flying is coming along, but it's not going well. Penelope wants to impress her father, especially since he has never smiled at her. While out walking, Rapunzel is able to rescue a princess named Katrina from a pitfall. Soon after Rapunzel is introduced to Katrina's older brother, the handsome Prince Stefan. He explains to her that the trap Katrina managed to escape was put there by King Wilhelm, the ruler of an opposing kingdom. Wilhelm has accused Stefan's father for taking something of his, even though the king never did. Sadly, there is no use taking to each other at this point, as the feud can only be and by force. Enchanted by the mysterious maiden, Stefan asks to meet her again, to which she asks through their meeting is ended abruptly before Stefan could tell her his name, when she quickly rushes back to the woods to avoid being discovered by Gothel. Unknown to Rapunzel, Gothel's pet ferret Otto has witnessed the entire exchange. Angered, Gothel storms into the room and asks her about her visit to the kingdom and demands Rapunzel to tell her the boy's name. Rapunzel insists that she does not know it, but Gothel does not believe her, thinking she has been lying to her, despite that she knew his existence. Even when Penelope tries to defend her, Gothel tries to punish them for being in on the secret. She tells Gothel they don't know each other. Gothel lets the two animals go. Rapunzel tells her that she cannot keep her locked away forever, to which Gothel responds, "Watch me." Gothel destroys Rapunzel's paint and paintings before transforming her bedroom into a tall tower with no way in or out except for the windows, and stations Hugo outside. Gothel refuses to let Rapunzel go until she tells her the name of the boy she met. Rapunzel cries over her broken paintings and art supplies after Gothel leaves. Meanwhile, King Frederick tells Stefan he would like to thank Rapunzel, or rather the hero, for saving Katrina's life in person. Stefan says he'll find her. In the meantime, they need to start working on the plans for Stefan's birthday. That night, Rapunzel has a dream that Prince Stefan found her tower. He came up by climbing her long hair. When up there, they are about to kiss, but Gothel shows up and separates them. Rapunzel then wakes up and reads the engraving on the hairbrush. She realizes that there is still hope. Going back to sleep, a shower of light turns the hairbrush into a paintbrush. Next day, two soldiers are searching the forest for Rapunzel, but are scared off by a dragon. It is revealed that Gothel is the fiendish puppet master of the whole feud and is enjoying watching the two kings attempt to destroy one another. Rapunzel is left alone with Hobie and Penelope, who cheered her up with new paints to replace the ones taken away by Gothel. Hobie discovers the paintbrush, and Rapunzel begins to paint. It soon becomes clear that she doesn't need paint, and whatever she paints becomes real. Rapunzel paints the village, then steps through, arriving at the palace garden and meets Stefan. She shows him the brush and asks for help to find its marker, as it could help her find out about her parents, but insists that he never tell her his name. In the village, she meets a silversmith who says his brother made it, who lives in Wilhelm's kingdom. The silversmith has not seen his brother in years, making him very upset. Stefan realizes that the feud is hurting the villagers more than he realized. Afterward, Stefan asks Rapunzel to a masquerade ball. She replies that she will meet him there. He says that her hair is a beautiful giveaway. Penelope soon arrives, explaining that Gothel is coming, and they must leave so that Hugo will not be hurt. Rapunzel leaves and paints a way out and makes it back in time, especially since Hobie was able to stall Gothel long enough. After Gothel leaves, Rapunzel decides to escape the kingdom forever, as it is not safe anymore. She tells Penelope that both she and Hobie should come with her. They will also try and bring Hugo with them. Stefan tries to tell his father they have to end the feud between Wilhelm peacefully, as families have been separated since the feud began, but King Frederick refuses. When back at the tower, Rapunzel uses the paintbrush to paint herself a beautiful gown. After a series of gowns, she makes a perfect one. Hobie and Penelope provided a mask. Unfortunately, the paintbrush's light can be seen, and Otto sneaks in. He quickly steals the invitation without their notice and presents it to Gothel, and she decides to go to the ball herself. Angered, she arrives at the tower and slices off Rapunzel's hair and breaks the paintbrush into pieces. She also manages to destroy the painting of the village because she thinks Rapunzel refused to tell the truth. Gothel puts a spell around her tower which holds the people who lie forever and can never be broken. Gothel then storms to King Frederick and Stefan's castle, intent on destroying them, but not before chaining Hugo outside the tower, and says she'll deal with him when she gets back. Hugo is furious at Penelope and blames her for getting himself chained up. Penelope wishes her dad would listen to her, and Hobie tells her to talk to him as if she would talk to Rapunzel. Penelope tells her father with confidence that she brought back Rapunzel so Gothel wouldn't harm him. Hugo, now understanding, applies to his daughter. Rapunzel manages to escape with the help of Penelope and Hugo. As the spell only works, the prisoner is a liar, and Hugo tells Penelope that she is a mighty dragon, she is brave to speak to him, and she is loyal to her friends. Thanks to her father, Penelope has the courage to fly over the magic wall. The three friends rush to save Stefan. Stefan is lured away by Gothel, who is disguised as Rapunzel, but Gothel reveals herself and begins her attack. Stefan's younger sisters and brothers try to help. Gothel's magic is too powerful. Wilhelm and his men soon arrive at the castle and appear before Frederick, hoping to end the feud by force. It is revealed the source of the feud was because he believes Frederick kidnapped his daughter, who has been missing since she was an infant. Frederick replies that he planned nothing of the sort, and he has no idea where Wilhelm's daughter is, to which Gothel reveals that she's the one who took Rapunzel because she thought Wilhelm loved her daughter, but married another woman, and he saw her only as a friend. Rapunzel arrives just in time to stop them from fighting. Wilhelm recognizes her as his daughter. A battle ensures. Penelope toasts Otto, preventing him from eating Hobie, and Gothel begins to attack Rapunzel with magic. As Rapunzel returns into the royal maze, she remembers the magic painting of the tower, and while she tries to reason with Gothel, she refuses to let Rapunzel tricks Gothel into running into the magic painting. After this, Hugo's chain is broken, and he reminds her she can't escape as she has a lying heart, and since the spell is permanent, not even Gothel can break it, trapping her forever. Rapunzel is reunited with her biological parents who have missed her and thought about her very much. Wilhelm manages to reconcile with Frederick, and the two kingdoms are united under a marriage between Rapunzel and Stefan. The couple moves into a castle of their own with Hobie, Penelope and Hugo moving in with them and living a better life. It's later revealed that Otto is now Gothel's new servant, but it's implied that Gothel eventually dies of starvation. The story ultimately ends with Rapunzel walking along a beach with Stefan, which is the same one as Rapunzel painted with a castle in the distance, implying her dreams come true.